Have you ever canoed down a babbling brook?
No, but I have cried at a Taco Bell.
Oh, same thing. Listen up, campers.
It's time to buckle up, pitch a tent, and take a hike.
Because Camp Counselors is a variety show.
So prepare for a good old-fashioned kumbaya,
Weird news,
hot gossip,
and scary stories around the campfire.
so spooky.
Is this podcast even about camping?
No, but it is camp. This is Camp Counselors. Hey, happy campers! Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch.
It is week 84 here at camp. And, hey, we fixed the gas leak.
Guys, where we left off last Wednesday, we had no idea where the week would take us. If you listen to Plan Brie, we were just on her show, you might have gotten a little sneak peek of us talking about it with Brianna and Grace, but for our main audience, we have to break down every single detail about the hell of a week we've had here because of the gas.
Okay.
Where do we begin?
We kind of gave you like up until the last episode because the rest of the story happens literally right after we recorded episode 83, which at this point in time was a week ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were like soaking it in. Like, so when we were last speaking with you guys, there was men in our basement doing new gas lines for our building. And we've told you before, we have a new property manager. He's coming in. He's trying to get as much done. He's really coming in hot and heavy, guys. Like just trying to fix things left and right in our building.
Yeah, things that have been neglected and ignored for years before we were even here, which is good. It makes sense. We're like, okay, fine, whatever.
Keep in mind, campers, the gas people left 4 hours previous. It was a gorgeous day, so all of our windows were open, naturally because there was gas smell in our house, but also because it was like 80 degrees here in New York. I'm not even joking. We took a mile walk. We came home. I filmed a mom video. It slayed. It crushed. I'm drinking wine. You're being giggly with me. We're sitting on the couch celebrating the win of the day that the video is good and the windows are open. And this woman appears and she's knocking on our door. And I don't really know her that well. She lives on the side of us. Like she doesn't really talk to us that much.
She was pissed.
She's like, I smell gas in my living room. What's going on? So I freak out and I call the property manager and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like it smells like gas. And he's like, don't do anything. I'm going to call the guys and try to get them out there. So then I go on Google and I'm like, what to do when you smell a gas leak? Every single result is like,
get out, please. Like dangerous. Don't unplug anything. Literally just leave.
Just leave. They're like, call National Grid and get the fuck out of your apartment. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, get Buffy in the carrier and let's go sit in the car and figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah. So I scoop up the kitty. I put her in the carrier and give her a little toy and we sit in the car.
At this point, he's like, don't call National Grid. I got this handled. Our other person that lives in our building, she's walking down the sidewalk as I'm physically calling her and being like, hey, are you home? So I stop her and I'm like, don't go inside. Like we're trying to get this figured out. National Grid shows up. And I don't know if you've ever seen how they test for a gas leak, but they drill these very like deep holes into the sidewalk and the patio. And they put this like rubber wand down there and it tests for some sort of gas levels. So they're doing that simultaneously as the guys who botched the job earlier are now
double parked and really just, they're trying to swoop in and out. They're not talking to anybody. They literally just like run in the house.
Yeah.
Basically, which
Shady.
I thought was absolutely crazy and weird. And then run back up, run back down, run back up on the phone. Are not communicating with us who live here what's going on.
We're sitting on the front doorsteps with some White Claws. Yeah, I ran back inside and got White Claws. I had to.
Yeah,
it
was worth it.
Sorry. So I run back inside. I get the drinks. We're sitting on the porch. National Grid has done their entire sweep of the house. And he goes, yes, there was a gas leak. Okay, so we knew that. And he goes, also, your building owners did not file a permit with the city or National Grid. So this was illegally done. And we're turning off the gas until they fix this and file a permit.
So turning off gas means no hot water. It means no cooking on the stove. And later to find out it means no doing laundry.
Yeah, so we could do laundry, couldn't take a hot shower, couldn't cook. And we had it shut off for 72 hours.
Yeah.
72 full hours without any gas. And so many emails with these progress updates. We have group chats with the people who live in our building. There's group chats with the property manager. Everyone's saying their piece. And it was just such a dramatic 3 days here.
And then we're supposed to go to Barstool, which the episode is out now. The Plan Brie Uncut did come out. But that day, I had my outfit picked out. I had washed it, not knowing that our dryer is gas. And
Which is so
I
weird.
feel like an idiot for thinking that. But any other dryer that I've had in my life has been electric. This one was gas, which I guess would be Amish approved, I suppose.
Yeah, they love a gas dryer.
So we're about to go. We have like an hour before we have to leave. People are still like in and out of our house that day, fixing light switches and just like random shit around the house. And I go downstairs and my clothes are wet. And I'm like, shit, there's no time for it to dry. There's literally no time. So I had to wear like the ugliest, fuggliest, slutty outfit that I had. And it was not what I planned on wearing. But, you know, it gave a talking point for the podcast.
It did. It really did. That whole story was great for their podcast. It was like, hey, we got some coming with material.
Yeah.
No, but it's been an awful 7 days and 3 days. It's like, do we qualify for like money off the rent if we didn't have that for 3 days? Like
nothing was offered, and there was really no checking in on like, hey, how are you? Or really at the baseline of like any personal concern, if I'm being honest.
I know, and I feel like the longer we wait before we bring up how there should be some sort of compensation for this, the longer, I don't know. And it's like, I'm not trying to be stingy here, you guys, but it's also like, hello, we pay a lot of money to beer.
It's truly awful.
Yeah, and like
the freezing cold showers when you can. I was literally wiping my body down with baby wipes.
Yeah, but you do that before this all happened.
Yeah, well,
he loves to nurse. But the girls upstairs, like they all have gym memberships. So they're like, we'll just take a shower at the gym. The first day I took a shower, it was lukewarm. I think it was just kind of running out what was left in the tank.
Yeah, my theory is that it's kind of like, you know, when somebody dies and their brain, you see the activity. Just let me tell it. The brain activity releases like a final rush of endorphins.
Okay,
and, you can see it on a brain scan.
He's
I think
still
that
alive.
was,
He's still alive. No, he's not.
and I think that's what the hot water heater was doing after a day, because that was the day after, and it was still like surprisingly warm. And then after that was freezing cold. Everything was chilly.
I took one of the cold showers the following day because I was like, I'm gonna Peloton. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna be so sweaty and
it's gonna be refreshing.
Like I talked myself into that. I really thought that a cold shower after working out would do the body good. It was so awful. Like I started off chilling my toes. Get the tippies cold. Get the tippies adjusted. The tippies really were okay. Something about my back. Oh my God. It almost would make me yelp. Did you hear me screaming in the shower?
No, I didn't, but you do have a long back.
Oh, yeah. I've always been told that. They call me long back Zach. That's what they've been saying forever about me. No, but it was just
so stupid.
And I was just like so annoyed because it's like we're getting emails like, hope all is well. No, she ate all well here. Well. She ate well.
I stank. I was a stinky bean.
We had like 17 people in the entire house, and everything has to go through our unit because we are attached to the basement. Dirty shoes, and it's like people just picking their nose, like working from National Grid.
Oh my God, blowing up our bathroom.
Oh my God. That was not the crew who caused the gas leak. Who were illegally hired. Sorry. They came into our unit and he was like, can I use your bathroom? I'm like, I'm not an animal. Of course you can. Use the bathroom. I'm not kidding you guys. The symphony of noises that came out of this man's asshole 6 feet behind me was unfucking believable. It was like, and he was at least put the sink on, run some water. I'm like, you good in there,
like a
bro?
Machine gun
what did you
almost.
have?
And then, okay, wait. Then they started making all this ruckus out front because we didn't know what that meant, that they then had to replace all the pipes. So they pretty much had to like restart everything that they had already done, which was, you know, great and fun to do. They tear up our sidewalk out front. There are cars like double parked. They have a giant truck here because they have like safety people who are outside making sure everything's going according to plan. And it's people are honking on our street because there's just all this traffic that's building up because this was done poorly. It was a mess.
Yeah, and it feels like there's like, and I don't even care if this is public because I already resigned the lease, so whatever. I just feel like the communication between the people who own our building and us was a lot. It feels like a lot of lies because they're telling us there was no leak. National Grid is looking me dead in the face and saying there was a leak. What does National Grid have to like, what do they have to benefit from lying to us? They, on the other hand, the people who own the building, have a lot to like benefit.
It was giving paper trail because it came in a formal email that said something that was a lie. And then first of all, it wasn't a leak. And then the second one was, there was a leak, but it was the city's pipeline, not my guy's pipeline. And then it was, there was actually a leak in both of my pipeline and the city's pipeline. It was just too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't care, but nobody really gave a fuck that we were sitting here in a gas leak.
The fact that he told us not to call National Grid
That
when
is
there
crazy
was
to me.
because he was trying to cover his own ass because they didn't have permits, and that's why he didn't want us to call them. But we did call, and then there was a gas leak, so we could have died. I'm not even joking. We could have died.
I started getting the automated text back
From
that was
who?
set from him when I said that they
Oh, yeah.
that they were here. I was getting automated text. He was like, "Sorry, driving, can't talk." I'm like, "Okay," and then didn't see him for a couple hours. Whatever. You know what? What did
No.
Carrie Bradshaw say?
Listen,
People die.
computers crash, people die, relationships end. All we can do is breathe and reset. Reboot. No, and it's like there's definitely worse problems. But at the end of the day, guys, there was a massive gas leak in our apartment, and we could have had the entire building blow up because of the negligence of the people who own our building. And I'm on record saying that. And I do not care if that is sassy to say. You put our lives at risk and still cleared the check. I'm still paying you, and I'm not seeing any sort of like safety concerns over our building or the people around us.
Also, don't come here and complain that it's a headache for you. It's like
She did.
I have
That
been
she
waking
really said
up-
it's a headache for her.
I have been waking up at like 7 a.m. to let people in the door early. Today is the first day,
In
the
like 10
first
days.
day that nobody has come in here in like 10 days. What a relief.
Yeah, she's like, oh, such a headache to have to call the city. I'm like, yeah, such a headache to not have hot water for the next God knows how many days. They are some piece of work here, but we do like the building, and the girls who live here are great.
Yeah, we were just talking about like renting versus owning a home. But like if we owned a home and all this stuff was happening, that would be on us.
Yeah, and you know what though? She is writing the checks, and she probably had to pay a big fine for not doing illegal, unpermitted work.
But you know something we have in common with Wendy's, with Dave from Wendy's?
A lot, probably.
We don't cut corners. That's why they have the square burgers.
I feel like I cut corners.
No, not when it comes to gas pipes.
Well, I've never been put in that situation.
Well, had you been put in that situation, we would get the top quality because I don't fuck around with that. That makes me so scared and nervous. I don't like it.
Yeah, they clearly did not get the top quality.
Imagine if I sparked a doobie.
You don't smoke.
I know, but if I did.
Oh, I know. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
or if I like, I don't know, sat on the couch. We've had static electricity on the couch. Was that enough to make the house go up?
I don't know, but it could have been really bad. But we're safe, guys. National Grid came out. They turned everything back on. They cleared us. He put his little wand behind the stove in the dryer. He went up in all the units, so I know that we're safe here. But that could have ended really badly. I just think, once again, I'm just mad how our building lied and handled it and made us feel like we were in the wrong for contacting when our lives were on the line. So.
Everyone else that I talked to was like, you did the right thing by calling, because I was the one who called the emergency. And sorry, I did what I did. I'm not sorry. I was like, yeah, of course I don't need you to tell me I did the right thing. Like, I know I'm in the right. It's just that these people don't want to like deal with it. He was mad. He was like, who called?
Yeah,
I
he
said,
was
me.
like,
I
who
did.
called?
Me.
Who called? Yeah, us. There was a gas leak. It's all proven. We did the right thing. What are you talking about? Who called? So your shafty team can come back in and do another shafty repair and have more gas leaks? You could kill us. I'm sorry. I have no patience. He's like looking at me. He's like all get pissy. And I'm like, at the end of the day, it's our lives on the line. We're talking too much about this, but
Yeah.
I just
Okay. Anyway,
can't
that's the week that we
believe-
had. We haven't really left the house besides to go to Barstool, and then we rushed right back because we had people in and out of the house.
We have people here every single day. But tonight we have some fun stuff, but we'll talk about that next week. Yeah, I have a great show written out. How do you feel about your show?
Oh, I have a fantastic show. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be great. I did write part of it under the guise of being in a gas leak. So if it's all over the place, I have that to blame. This episode of Camp Counselors is sponsored by Storyworth. You know, campers, there are some stories about my mother's life that I truly never get tired of hearing. From the hilarious to heartfelt, tear-jerking to plot-twisting. Her retelling of the events always bring me joy. And just in time for Mother's Day, I found the perfect gift that captures all her stories for my family forever. It's called Storyworth. Storyworth helps you preserve precious memories and stories from your mother for years to come.
Here's how it works. Each week, Storyworth emails your loved ones a thought-provoking question that you get to help pick.
Questions like, what's the most spontaneous thing you've done? Who has been one of the most important people in your life? I swear if she doesn't say me. Storyworth makes the writing process super simple. All your loved one needs to do is respond to that email with a story, long or short, it doesn't matter. Then you'll be emailed a copy of your loved one's response as they submit over the course of a year. At the end of the year, Storyworth compiles your loved one's stories and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come.
Families love Storyworth. That's why it has more than 25,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot. with millions of stories preserved since they were founded over 10 years ago.
Give all the moms in your life a unique, heartfelt gift you'll all cherish for years. Right now, save $10 on your first purchase when you go to storyworth.com/counselors. That's storyworth.com/counselors to save $10 on your first purchase.
Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements.
Welcome back to morning announcements. We've recorded a lot today, campers. This is the part of the show where we share news articles with you.
Nude articles.
Oh my God, I
We
wish.
share nude articles.
Check out the Patreon. I'm kidding, it's not on there.
Look at the centerfolds.
We share news articles with you that you might have missed that we want you to spread like wildfire. Jonathan, would you take it away for us today?
Yes, absolutely. But before we do, just want to announce, campers, we are going to be going around today with our little magic wands and doing a gas test on every single cabin because we care, because we're responsible. And if there's any shoddy jobs, we don't know what to do, but we have a number to call, a professional number who's not going to do a shoddy job.
Not us doing checks without a permit.
Sandwich has a permit somewhere.
Sandwich has a permit for everything, including hunting, fishing, gas work,
Jacuzzi cleaning.
anthropology. He has a degree in anthropology. Everyone always forgets that about him. That's why he's so good at leaves.
Yeah. At leaves.
He's so, you ever give him a leaf? He knows what it is.
Go, pine needle. He can identify it by a simple taste. All right, so let's get into my story. I feel like I have a boogie. Do I have a boogie?
No, you're good.
Okay, thank you. This is coming from whiskeyriff.com. Would you believe?
Where? What? No, back it up.
No,
What?
I won't. I won't. It is by Quinn Eaton. And the title is Jason Kelce says he lost his Super Bowl ring in kiddie pool full of Skyline chili.
Oh, it was a kiddie pool.
A kiddie pool full of Skyline chili.
Honestly, I need like a full wipeout of my colon right now. I'm feeling really backed up. I'm feeling really bloated. Nothing's going to do that for me quite like Skyline chili.
Now, if you guys don't remember, episode 2, literally episode 2, maybe 3, the episode's called The Pam Plan. We had just gotten back from having Skyline chili in Ohio, of all places.
Was it called the Pam Plan?
I don't remember. I think
That's
funny.
funny.
Because our waitress's name was Pam.
Oh, and she had a plan for us.
She had a plan for us. She's like, I'm gonna take care of my babies.
Wait,
And she did.
I need you to really, because that's a deep cut. And
Yeah.
some campers are like, we already know, but for the ones who don't, I need you to really give a full description of what Skyline chili is for Cincinnati.
It's giving iCarly of sorts.
kind of is.
It's like chili that has spaghetti.
Base.
Why did I say that? Spaghetti. And so it's mostly spaghetti, right? And then we've got chili topping on it and then a lot of cheese. We have a lot going on.
And then oyster crackers and hot sauce.
Oh shit, it was good. God damn, it was good.
It was good.
Okay, so that's what this story sounds so crazy, and that's honestly because it is. So the Kelce brothers, if you don't know, they have a podcast, New Heights. Have you listened to it before?
I've seen a clip and it is funny. Like, they're funny
think
guys.
They're likable guys. They are.
Yeah, like I'm not anti-sports. I'm anti-boringness.
Yeah.
And they're not boring.
And they're not boring. They're entertaining. They're kind. They have great beards. Jason does. I don't
they
know.
both do. Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay. So New Heights, they hosted this thing. It's called the Lum Baby Games.
Mhm.
I'm probably saying that wrong, but it pitted so basically they were going around doing live shows, right? And they have like these fun, crazy activities, which is like, I don't know, putting ideas in my head for maybe a camp themed anything. So they went to University of Cincinnati, and the student athletes went against regular students in a series of strange challenges. Again, Cincinnati is where Skyline Chili is born.
And I think that's where they both went to school. I believe that that's like their alma mater.
So one of the events called for contestants to try to find a Super Bowl ring, which was stuffed inside of a sock buried at the bottom of a kiddie pool filled with Skyline chili. Now, this kiddie pool, I need you to imagine, it's not a plastic one. It is the really big inflatable ones that look like a tiered cake. It has like 1, 2, 3 giant ones. It would probably come up to like right above my knee, maybe my mid thigh.
Okay.
So they're tall.
It's a big kiddie pool.
They're filled, and there's multiple of them. There's like, I think 3 or 4 kiddie
Skyline
pools.
chili comes canned too, so it's probably really easy to fill.
Yeah,
cans, but
I don't know how they had it done, but they did say it smelled so rank because by the time that they brought the students in to do it, the chili, they had to prep for everything. The chili had been sitting in here for already 24 hours. So like it's already pretty nasty chili before people even get in, which is,
you probably get sick. Screw fried rice syndrome.
yeah, what is the Skyline chili syndrome? So okay, so yeah, the article says, and not just regular fast food chili. They're famous for their three-way, which means meaty soup, including spaghetti noodles and shredded cheese. Again, they said that it stank the whole day. They were doing like this thing where they were timed and they had to find a ring and a sock, and it was the Super Bowl ring. But they were supposed to be using prop rings, right? Well, one was a prop ring, and then the other one was a real ring. And they had two people who were fighting against each other, and the real one was Jason Kelsey's actual Super Bowl ring from winning in 2018, right? Go Birds. Was that the Birds? No, that was earlier than that. Anyway,
No, that was the Birds.
no, I don't think so.
The year you mean was wrong?
2018?
Oh,
I
I
think
don't
the year
know.
is wrong. The year's incorrect.
Yeah.
Anyway. So he says, quote, there was an unfortunateness, as you guys know, this game existed because I continuously lose my Super Bowl ring. So that's like an ongoing joke, is that the game is set up, oh, find the ring, because he always loses his. And I don't even know if Travis knows this, but I legitimately lost my Super Bowl ring in this event. They could not find it. All this stuff has been thrown away, and I think it's safe to assume my Super Bowl ring is now in a landfill someplace in the Cincinnati tri-state area.
I wonder if somebody stole it. Like one of the participants was in there and he's like, can't find it. Put it in his pocket underwater.
I don't think so. I don't think so. The way that this is set up, because it was literally in like an arena and the stands were filled and they had a camera crew there and they had judges and they had like everybody surrounding it. So I don't think anybody would have found it and been able to, because it was like a sock rolled up. It was like big. So I truly,
So then
I
how
doubt
could
that.
they not find it if it was a big sock rolled up?
They even used a metal detector at one point to try to find the Super Bowl ring.
That's smart. That's good. Put it right over the chili.
But they had no luck tracking it down. So at one point they start throwing the chili at each other and everybody's kind of like having a food fight with it. And there's just so much like on the sidelines that when they did the cleanup, they just used snow shovels, like massive snow shovels, and just scooped it into like a trough and like a giant trash can that was taken away and thrown out. So his assumption is it probably got thrown out somehow, or it ended up like outside of the kiddie pool and got thrown out that way. Otherwise, he thinks the metal detector would have picked up on it. He's like, they went through all of it, and it was a lot of jelly.
I think a cleaner found it.
You think?
I do. I think that's too big for someone not to notice. I think somebody saw it in the right moment, scooped it with the right shovel, put it in the right pile, and was like a part of that crew. I don't think it was their intention, but they saw an opportunity and they took it.
Well, campers, haven't we quite the mystery on our hands?
Does that make sense though? Don't you think someone stole it? Or do you really think it just ended up in the trash? And all these reasons that we couldn't find it are real. Like,
well, it would make sense, but I don't think anybody knew at the time that it was a real ring, because I think he presented it as, we have fake rings. So I think the people were more likely to, unless it was somebody who knew. An inside job? Do you smell an inside job?
This is an insurance fraud.
Well,
this is insurance fraud.
No,
Get the Kelseys on the phone.
No.
No, it is. And I'm cracking the case. That's
No,
what I'm
we're
doing
not.
here. Call me the egg cracker.
Legally, our network's not going to be happy with us.
Actually, you're so right. I'm joking.
We're joking. That was a joke.
We're joking.
The Kelsey brothers.
Joey King.
You're joking. He did say at the end of it, he was really like chill about it. He said, quote, it's just a hunk of metal. I'll just have another one made.
He's so humble.
He's so humble. He's
like
so
him.
like unattached. I like him too. It was kind of psychotic if you have other rings that you could use.
For the record, I don't think that he set this up for insurance fraud. I think somebody stole it. I don't think he's affiliated with this.
Well, he did file an insurance claim.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm not sure if they're gonna like go for it.
Yeah, I don't know. There aren't really any updates because the story just came out. But
Insurance company's like, we've never had this. Well, they probably have in a different situation, because the insurance is just on the value of the ring, but I'm sure other people have lost rings in weird ways.
one of the first stories that I covered in like the early toddler ages of this show was a woman who lost her ring and they helped her find it in like a landfill. So people lose rings all the time.
Do you think when you file an insurance claim for something like that, do they give you a new ring or do they give you the value of the ring?
The value. What is the insurance company going to do? They don't I think State Farm's going to be like, come on over to Jared. Can you imagine going shopping with your guy from State Farm?
Well, I don't know.
I would go ring shopping with Jared from State Farm. He's very handsome.
He should get a chocolate ring for Valentine's Day.
For what?
For the replacement.
A chocolate one?
Have you ever seen the chocolate diamond?
Oh, the chocolate diamonds.
Oh, I
Oh,
said
that's
that
a fraud. I was thinking like
That
what?
is a
Like
fraud. Have you heard
candy?
about that?
Well, I think a lot of diamonds are frauds, right? Because they're not.
Well,
If everybody has a diamond, yes, they're very expensive. They're so petite. Why? Like, how rare could they be?
well, you
Also,
can grow them in the lab now,
yeah, lab grown,
which is good. We don't need to be mining third world countries for diamonds.
Yeah. Also, if we're cutting like little carrots into them and polishing it,
Where
how
are
much is the
pieces?
dust going?
Yeah, where's
What's the
dust?
diamond dust? What's going on with
Oh
that?
my god, diamond dust?
Porn star name.
Wait, I was just thinking to myself, what could we do with that name? And you instantly said it. Point to our name. Wait, I have another question. Oh, I have
Yeah.
another statement. Chocolate diamonds are actually undesirable. It was a marketing ploy. And they were like, oh, what do we do with all these like undesirable looking diamonds? And then the diamond industry was like, let's just make this whole category up for Valentine's Day for chocolate.
And they can. That's like
And
how the
they made
value
it
of things are set.
Yes, they just made it like its own thing. That's branding.
That is such a story.
Did the Super Bowl ring for the Eagles have something green on it, like an emerald?
No, I think it was sapphire.
That's weird.
Wait, let me look it up. Let me look it up. Hold on. I'm done with this. We've been lying for too much. We need to give like something
Yeah, we
to hold
cannot
on
just
to.
keep lying.
Okay, can I give you my right now what I have open? Because these are only searches I do on the iPad.
Oh, yeah,
on
let me
here.
see.
Okay, we have Becky Hill, Puzzle Place TV show Was It Real, and Listeria. And now I'm typing in Super
Bowl,
Bowl
Eagle.
ring. No, because I don't think they do it by team, babe. I think it's just a.
That's annoying.
That's such a. Wait, hold on. Jason Kelsey. Let's see what that looks
Can
like.
I just say that I think they're too big? A little too bulky for me.
The Kelsey brothers?
No, the rings.
Oh, the ring. Oh, sorry. Wait, that was really fucked up.
The
of me
Kelsey
today.
brothers are just right.
Okay, yeah. Hey, it's got an eagle on it.
I thought so.
He needs to really moisturize his hands if he's gonna like be that close. If you're gonna have a ring that big on it,
Babe,
moisturize,
he's a
babes.
lineman or something. He runs with the ball all day. He can't be getting manicures.
yeah. The Super Bowl rings, they're big. What else are you gonna do with that? Wait, okay, so this is what he did. You put him in a. So now I'm like, was it in a sock that was that big? Because if it was in a sock that was that big, that's the size of like a small baby.
And you lost the small baby in the chili?
It happens all the time. That's a news article. Okay, for another day. So that's my story.
Well, thank you for sharing that because that was hard-hitting journalism by you.
You're welcome. Actually, it was hard-hitting journalism by our friends at whiskeyriff.com. Quinn Eaton, thank you so much.
Whiskey Riff.
Speaking of Eaton, I'm hungry. I could also go for a shot. Like, what am I doing?
Wait, so could I. I'm hungry, but could also go for a shot.
I've never heard you say that in the history of our datinghood.
I have not eaten all day. I've had a Celsius, a cup of coffee, and one cold crab rangoon.
Oh, one shot is going to send you over the edge.
And I'm looking for that, baby. I want to shake my yabos at the party.
Okay, so do you want to read your story? Can you read it to me in
Well,
Spanish?
It's kind of like an expose a little bit, donde está. But I have two articles, so I'm going to read one article as context and then go into my main article. First article is breakdancing busts into the Olympics for the first time.
Okay.
Here's what to expect in Paris.
Oh, I wonder what song it's going to be. How many songs are there? Do you have the playlist?
Shut up. Your brain is so locked in because that's going to be a thing in this.
Okay.
You're not going to believe it. You're going to love it.
Okay. You know, I actually,
What?
here's something I don't do enough on the show. Talk about myself. I used to do
Breakdance?
competitive breakdancing. I did 2 classes and I did have to do a showcase and I won. And the song was, and this was so long ago. Oh my God, it was big on TikTok. What the my life be like, ooh, ooh.
Babe. My competitive church dance team, if you're on Patreon, you already saw the photos. We dance that song.
Oh.
My life be like, ooh.
What were we all doing? Like I think I literally did mine in a church as well.
Well, because it says, Lord, if you hear me come in my way.
Oh, is it a
I don't think it's Christian,
song?
but like the dance team where we're just trying to find anything. We also
Oh.
did Where's the Love? What's wrong with the world, mama?
Where Justin Timberlake sings Fergie's verse.
It was overexposure. They could not have him credited in the track because if they did, his company thought it would be too much overexposure.
Did you guys know about that? if you listen to that song, is this true?
I feel like everybody knows this at this point.
I didn't know it. Fergie's part in that song where she's singing isn't Fergie, it's Justin Timberlake.
Well, it's not Fergie's part. It's just, it doesn't sound like Fergie. It's just another person that's like, who is that?
Where's the love? Honestly, I can't find it.
Either could Britney.
Is it in the chili? Oh, that was sad.
What was about Justin?
I know,
Was
but
that
I was
Dick?
trying to bring it to like the Skyline Chili, like
Okay,
looking
God
for the
forbid
ring.
I have a quippy thing to say.
No,
I get shut down.
it was quippy. It was quippy, and it took me a second to digest.
Oh my God. Can I do my story now?
Yeah.
So breakdancing busts into the Olympics for the first time. Here's what to expect. This first article is from NBC News Chicago by Rebecca Cohen. Thanks, Becky girl. So dancing is an official Olympic sport now. It's kind of exciting. So bodies were contorted, gravity was seemingly being defied, and athletes were showcasing head spins, windmills, and freeze moves, and it was all set to music. Okay, girl, I'll get that work down. The sport, also known as breaking, that's something we're going to start right there, campers. It's not breakdancing, it's breaking, okay? Made its successful debut at the 2018 Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where it topped 1 million viewers, according to NBC Olympics, far outpacing audiences from many other sports. The Olympics declared is an outstanding success, and now both the organizers and the athletes hope to translate the magic to the bigger stage in the sport. So kind of feel like they use it as like a test run.
If anybody's dancing, break dance. I'm sorry.
Breaking?
Whoa. Pump the brakes. If anybody's breaking, I'm watching. Like
I know.
everybody is enthralled and just really. That's a good time to pickpocket someone.
No,
when
I
they're
completely
watching
agree.
somebody break dance, you just reach right into that loose pocket. You pull out some change, maybe a candy if you're lucky, a strawberry bonbon, perhaps.
Well, says breaking joins other new sports, including 3 that were added to the Olympic programs for the first time in 2020. Oh, so these were the 3 that were added last time: surfing, skateboarding, and sport climbing. It just seems like
climbing.
Yeah, well, babe, I'm not in the climbing community. I cannot tell you what that is. I didn't look that
Just
up.
climbing, maybe. I don't
Well,
know.
it's sport climbing. So there's a sport.
Oh, it's climbing
involved.
for sport.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
like competitive. Okay.
Yeah, and I also feel like those are all worthy of a medal.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. If we can have shot put, we can have surfing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What is shot put? Like
You throw that
please. No, I
crazy
know
ball.
I know what it is, but I'm like, why?
Well, why not? Why do we have this podcast?
Facts.
So that's what was happening.
Okay.
So that's the tea. Backstory: in the Paris Olympics, there's going to be breaking. I'm excited because I'm not like an Olympic watcher. Are you? We've never been together during an Olympic.
I was for like 1 year. I don't know why I was into it.
Who were you into?
But I was, you know why? Because I was smoking a lot. I was just like smoking and eating and watching all the Olympics.
Did anything stick out to you?
I don't really remember, no.
I was into curling 1 year for the Winter Olympics, but I was just trying to be different.
Curling is cool. The little coffee pots.
No, it's soap. It's literally a Bunsen burner.
Not a Bunsen burner, a bun.
Oh, a bun.
Bunsen burner is the thing in science class.
Well,
I know what you meant. The bun. Yeah. If
Yeah.
anybody out there is working in a
humiliate
diner.
me again, please.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just correcting.
It's not humiliating. It's correcting. Rebrand.
Let the dance be the breaking, not a relationship. Okay.
Okay. So the Rolling Stone just wrote this incredible expose on one of the breakers who qualified for Team USA.
A breaker. It's
Yes.
giving mansions in the Hamptons.
Do not. First of all, you meant Newport.
Whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I correcting?
Is there still a gas leak? I think we're
No,
just
we're
running
just
on
being-
fumes.
We're being creepy.
Okay.
So this article was, first of all, I want to qualify for Team USA. I don't know on what, but like am I a part of Team USA if I'm a citizen? Like, can I just be Team USA?
No, you have to qualify.
That's so rude.
Yeah, have you watched I, Tanya?
This article was written by Brandon Sneed.
Thanks, Sneedy.
America's first Olympic break dancer is ready to take gold. Not you calling him a break dancer in the article title.
Yeah.
And you know better.
No, you know why?
Because you're educating audiences?
Because
SEO.
it needs to translate.
Yes.
If I'm reading
No, I
that
know.
and it says breaking, I'm uninterested.
So, no, I see. Because you're confused. You need to have, like, we're being taught as a nation, as a globe right now that it's breaking. So we needed, and Sneed is doing his best.
Yeah, we don't need to. I'm confused. Sometimes I kiss girl, sometimes I kiss boy.
Well, let me get you on track because I want to introduce you to Victor Montalvo. Guys, mark my words. This is going to be America's Olympic sweetheart.
He's going to be America's America Ferrera.
So Team USA gets 2 boys and 2 girls. We only have 1 boy, 1 girl right now.
Who's going to step up to the plate? What the fuck?
There's plenty of people. I don't know what it takes to qualify, but like it's hard. It's not like you can draw a name in a hat. You have to like do things.
Maybe they're like the competitions haven't been like done yet.
So yeah, but Victor's so good. He like already won everything.
How many weeks until this starts? I'm sorry. We keep getting
Pretty
off track.
soon. It's summer. It's always summer. It just they don't even tell you the day. They just say
Oh my God,
summer.
they're going to have to fucking book a hotel.
They just they already did, babe. I think they already handle like the hotels. I think they don't know who's being in the rooms yet. Like
Okay.
rooms haven't been assigned, but hotels have been booked.
Condoms are a blender.
This is ridiculous the way I tell a story right now. We're just like really going crazy. You'd probably call Montalvo a break dancer. They call themselves breakers. And what they do breaking. The breaking world knows Montalvo as B-Boy Victor. There's also B-boys and B-girls, and he's one of the best that competitive breaking has ever seen. He's won every major breaking event that's ever existed, most of them multiple times. When he won the World Dance Sport Federation Breaking World Championship last September, that qualified him as the United States' first ever Olympic breaking representative. Go off. I have chills. That is so cool. You're the first one to ever do it, and you better take home that little gold.
It's in his name. He was born a victor.
Holy
shit.
Holy shit, Victor. You are the victor. Now reap your reward.
I love this.
Times are truly changing for the world of breaking, says Kid David Scriben from Los Angeles, a 35-year-old breaking icon and commentator for Red Bull's BC1 competition. So Red Bull was like one of the first people to really like put money and a lot of like promotion behind it. Red Bull always does. They like literally find those like niche sports and they put them on the map, and then the Olympics pays attention.
Okay, yeah. I have
What?
something to say about Red Bull. I just don't want to deter. Can we put a pin in it, but remember to come back? Because
Yeah. right after-
sometimes I'll put a pin in something and then we'll just never return.
Well, let me just read you David's really funny quote, Kid David's quote, and then you can say your piece.
Copy that.
So Kid David said, "It's fucking great because guys like Victor are making a living like this. I wish I could have. That was my dream. We never got any of that. We had to be the fucking background dancers for Justin Bieber. Also cool, but not this cool." I'm like, first of all, locked in.
Locked in.
Because that's
But
all they
wait,
could do. Only thing they could do was be breakers.
breakers. And you know what? That is cool. And that's such a nice way of supporting the people who are younger than you and have opportunities that didn't exist when you were alive, because there are some people who don't support opportunities.
If they didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's like, I'm happy. I wish I could have, but he paved the way for this too. Like Kid David paved the way. I just think like, yeah, now there's like an official recognition of a sport behind it, and not just
So glad he's not salty.
"Baby, don't worry." That's not even a song. That's
No,
literally
that's,
not.
Baby, are you down, down,
Who is
down,
that, Tyler
down,
Cruz?
down? No, that's not Jason Derulo.
Big Sean.
It's a simple Google search away,
Oh,
but
wait,
I have
what
yet to
was
look
your
it up.
comment about Red
Okay,
Bull?
you were talking about
Red Bull Sports.
Red Bull Sports. In the Red Bull channel always has something intriguing on it. I'm sorry.
Obsessed with it.
I feel like it's like mid 2000s toxic masculinity, but
in a
it
good
is
way.
so fun the way that they will get in those the soapbox racers and just roll down a hill until it falls apart. I just think it's about you're jumping off of a bridge with a hang glider. So fun. You know you're gonna land in the water. You're just being silly.
Have you ever seen those videos? And it's usually from a GoPro, and it's a guy that is on a mountain bike, but he's driving down like a small Italian village street, and it's literally like going down the sidewalks down the hill and like doing all those crazy it's like that. Like
I've seen ones where it's like
In the
on
woods.
on the woods or in the mountains, but I have to turn it off because
too much.
I don't.
They're professionals. You can be trust them.
No, I don't like it. I don't like.
It's not their turn right now. This is the breakers' time.
Yeah, we're talking about breakers.
So, however, Montalvo will be 30 years old in Paris, the upper limit of breakers, competitive prime. Well, think about it.
Yeah, because then you're gonna start breakering your bones.
It's not the most, I would say it's the most physical sport. I can't even quantify that, but it's very physical.
A lot of spinning.
Lot of just like throwing that body. He's concerned. The kids now are crazy, Montalvo says. They're like flying, incredible stamina. I'm not the same as I was when I was younger. I'm not as fast, as strong, maybe more creative, but it gets tougher. But that's what you have, Victor. Don't ever discredit your creativity, because that's a huge part of breaking. It's not all about the physical component. It's about how your mind can create something truly magical.
I have to look up this man. What's his name? Victor Crumb?
He's so cute. Victor Montalvo. He's handsome. Can I keep reading while you look it up?
Yes.
Okay, so breaking has been one of the hardest things in the world. That's what Kid David said. You need athleticism of a professional athlete, but you also need to be an artist and you need to dance. It's like asking Picasso to mountain climb. Fierce analogy. That's what makes breaking so hard.
This looks like a magazine.
I know. It probably was. It's probably in print. That's him.
Wow, B-boy.
The element of needing someone who's creative, but also has the highest athletic ability. Isn't that an interesting way to look at breaking?
Sorry. There's a picture
You weren't
of
paying
him.
attention. Were
No,
you?
his shirt was off. Sorry,
Let
what?
me see.
No.
No, because that's not fair. You don't get to interrupt my segment and then have spicy shirtless pictures of him and not show me. So can I see, please?
Spacey tuna.
Yeah, well, obviously he's a breakdancer. I'm gonna read that back for you because you weren't paying attention.
Okay.
The element of needing someone who's creative, but also that has the highest athletic ability. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It
I mean, it's
really-
true. Think about it. This is true artistry. It's like, how much of it can you choreograph? Wouldn't that be something if they just like throw the song at you and you don't get a choice? You just have to go. Am I jumping ahead?
You are.
I'm a genius.
So breaking has 4 core elements. There's top rock, which refers to the movement while standing. Part of the top rock includes the footwork. There's also down rock, which means anything on the floor, and then freeze, because a big part is like holding that pose.
Everybody
being
clap your
crazy.
hands.
So, and it kind of just like talks about a lot of physicality behind it. But there may be music drama.
Oh my God, they can't secure the rights. Well, how do they do it in the gymnastic stuff? They always have something.
No, because you're thinking cheerleading and you're thinking of like,
No,
it's
I'm
a
not.
dog, eat dog, roll, boom, boom.
No.
Oh, you're right.
I'm talking
they
about
do.
floor routine.
So it's all about the budget of what the Olympic Committee will give that sport. You know?
And then I guess it depends on how much you have to spend with the syndication of it all.
Gymnastics truly brings in the viewership, so they're going to get a bigger pot of the money to get them to license music. And I don't think they've proven themselves as the sport yet because it's their first year.
Ava Max should let them use her music.
Well, we don't know what's happening yet.
Okay.
So public competitions can't use popular hip hop music without paying expensive licensing fees. That's what we're talking about. And the Olympics won't confirm whether or not they'll splash out for them. There's a chance the competition will be held using stock beats.
How?
Oh, he's pissed. He's pissed. He goes, that's one of the hardest things, Montalvo says. We fell in love with the dancing because we fell in love with the music. But when we compete, we don't have the music we fell in love with. That made us dance at first. I'm like,
It's going to be soulless.
soulless.
I don't like it.
Soulless. It is. So true.
So what do we do?
He goes, some of the heart and soul is gone.
I am so
Well, you're a breaker.
insane.
You're a former breaker.
I'm a former breaker.
No, 'cause
And
you
as a
got it.
former breaker
No, you
who
don't.
didn't know what a windmill was,
I know.
I'm just in.
My fear is that the people are going to see a bunch of people on stage dancing to mechanical music.
And they're going to
think-
hate it and it's never going to come back.
and think that's breaking. And that's not what's really awesome about this culture. That's the counterculture side people don't see unless they go out and see it.
Because the music has a lot to do with the storytelling and the footwork. And it's not fair.
And this is where the story ends, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know the rest of the team. There's another girl who got selected. I'm sorry, I didn't write down her name. B-girl something. So they've both been selected. There's going to be 2 more. See, like, he's probably aging out. Even getting there, even if he doesn't win, this is the peak of any breaking ever before, because it's being seen on a national stage and being recognized as more than just an underground subculture of a dance.
Well, international.
It's sport now. It's not just dance. It's sport, and it's being seen that it's always been, but it's exciting. I'm excited. I'm going to watch it.
I'm excited too. I hope maybe they'll be able to get like a Missy Elliott song. That would be good.
I hope that,
Well,
like, maybe the artist can, like, just volunteer it.
I don't know, because I don't think they have control over it.
Well, maybe the music labels can.
Yeah,
God.
there's got to be something.
Where does the greed end? You know what I
Where
mean?
is the love?
Where is the love? This episode of Camp Counselors is sponsored by MeUndies. Underwear drawers are like the wild, wild west of wardrobes. It's like anything goes in there. I have so many pairs of old underwear in my drawers. There's like 5 different brands with 5 different fits. And every morning I open up the drawer and I never know what to expect.
But there is one brand that I always reach for.
Do tell.
MeUndies.
Woo!
So I actually heard about MeUndies through another podcast about like 5 or 6 years ago. So I was like, you know what? Let me give them a try. And I'm so glad that I did.
Yeah, you have been a fan of MeUndies for so long, and now I'm on the MeUndies train.
MeUndies are buttery soft, they're breathable, stretchy, and oh so comfy, making them ideal for all day wear, and I am obsessed. They've got tons of prints to choose from, so I have a couple pairs of plain Janes, and then I have ones with gummy bears on them and seagulls, and they come in sizes extra small to 4XL, guaranteeing a flattering cut for everybody.
But MeUndies isn't just about underwear. They also have a lounge collection featuring comfy joggers, hoodies, onesies, and they even have activewear.
And something important to us here at Camp Shady Birch is that MeUndies are responsibly sourced. They use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/counselors. That's MeUndies.com/COUNSELORS for 20% off plus free shipping.
Globally, humans are facing massive problems that are widely ignored by governments and the media.
Like personal space invaders.
I had it with these couples that sit on the same side of the booth.
Yak mouths.
Stupid stick figure bumper stickers.
Almond milk. You cannot milk an almond.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Angie.
We call her Pumps, and we're the hosts of I've Had It. Pumps, tell the listener where they can find us.
Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Nailed it.
See you next Tuesday.
Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike. This is the part of the show where we bitch a little. We tell something to take a hike.
Sound a little mild.
You know, I'm trying because I was just like a little off the rails in the last one. I just need to take a breather for a sec.
No, I want you to go full force the entire episode. Just go crazy.
So what am I telling to take a hike?
What are you?
The other day, I woke up from a nap at 8 p.m. and
Well, you were hungover.
you were upstairs also napping the day away as we did. We didn't know what the week had in store for us just yet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I had one thing on my mind, a relaxing movie you may know as the 1994 blockbuster hit, The Flintstones.
So when you put the Flintstones on, did you type it in and be like, I want to watch this movie, or did you see it on like a streaming service?
I had it in the back of my head.
Really?
Yeah, I woke up thinking about Rick Moranis, which it was just his birthday. Happy birthday, Ricky.
You're always thinking about Rick Moranis.
I know, he's so cute. That's what was in my plan. But our TV downstairs, which is a take a hike in and of itself, it takes so long for it to turn on. It likes to offload all of our applications. So I turn the TV on and I'm like, okay, well, I have a full 2 minutes before it gets itself warmed up and ready for Netflix. So I start to put the dishes away and I start to wash one or two of the mugs. So my hands are wet. And all of a sudden, the autoplay feature starts playing the loudest trailer of yet another shitty Star Trek movie at the loudest possible decibel, and you're sleeping. And I'm like, well, shit, sorry. So my take a hike is for the autoplay feature.
Yeah, no, it does. It does suck. I kind of hate it on Netflix, especially. Sometimes I just want to scroll and I don't want to have to like, I just need a minute, or I'm on my phone. I don't need to like see the autoplay of every single true crime documentary ever. She was killed. He was a murderer.
We went to college together. She seems like every other girl. Little did I know, she killed her family. Like, I understand that we're in an attention grabbing world and stuff, but also I'm on Netflix and I'm scrolled over to the Flintstones, let's say. Maybe I'm trying to read about it before I press
got me
play.
there. You already got me there.
I can't read and listen at the same time. I'm overstimulated.com. This also happens on my computer if I open a tab and like a newsreel, because it happens a lot when I'm looking for articles, and then an ad on a newsreel starts playing automatically, like in 4 different tabs. And I'm like, where is this coming from? It's just too much. The autoplay is too much. I feel like I'm out of control of it. I feel like I don't have control of my own destiny of what I want to hear. And it's overwhelming.
Oh my God, what an interesting take. It's like, hello, I want to be in control of what I am hearing. And you've actually violated me in the right that I don't have control of my own hearing now. I have to put the mute feature on so I can even scroll your app that I pay for. I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach right now.
And then on the flip side of things, if I'm watching on Netflix, let's say the show we're watching, The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and we're watching them, they'll just keep playing the episodes. And at the end of it, it'll jump to the next episode, which is a nice feature, but it jumps too early because I'm missing out on the next time on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And then they'll play a clip that I'm interested in seeing, and they'll cut that and they'll jump ahead to the next thing, unless both of us have to panic and run for the remote, the Roku. We don't have a Roku, do we?
No, we don't have a fire stick.
And we have to dart for the fire stick, and then we have to press cancel, stop.
Cancel.
We have to do it when we're watching.
Cancel. I'm panicking.
When we're watching Survivor, when we're watching their exit interviews, it'll just exit out of it. I'm like, you can't, please do not rush the process. You're rushing me in and you're rushing me out just as fast.
I do like the auto start feature for the next episode, so I don't have to click it, but
That
do
would be
think
the autoplay.
The autoplay.
Yes.
I don't like how fast it comes in. I do think it is cutting off precious recaps or looking forward features that I want to see before we get into it. You know what I mean? So I agree with that. Yeah, it's a tough world. This is truly champagne problems, and I want you to pour me a glass because I'm pissed.
Yeah. So that's my take a hike. And the fact that it just played so incredibly loud, and it was much louder than anything else.
I always think it's fun to pick a scapegoat and to point the finger. So pick someone to get mad at right now. Who look in the camera and say who you're pissed at.
Rick Moranis.
That was an unfair person to make your scapegoat, and it's locked in, and this will live on forever. And you're gonna meet Rick one day, and he's gonna be pissed at you.
Oh well.
The Flintstones was kind of good.
Let's talk about that. The Flintstones were kind of the first one, not the one.
Well, your girl was in it.
The Vegas. Oh, Rosie O'Donnell.
You love Rose.
This was the time when I loved Rosie O'Donnell. I literally wrote about her having to lose weight for that part.
For that part.
For that part,
She
yeah.
was snatching it.
Yeah. The movie actually, like, it's creative, it's fun, it's funny, it holds up. The story seems a little complicated for a child. And in retrospect, I don't know as a child if I understood what was going on, but oh my God, not me talking about John Goodman twice in this episode. That'll come up later. But John Goodman played Fred. And is he not Fred Flintstone?
He's so Fred.
He's so Fred. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I
like
came
it.
down from my nap and I was like, we're watching this? Because just kind of I'm not mad at it. I'm just kind of out of left field. And I sat down and I was locked in. It was good.
Yeah,
I liked
it's a pretty good
It was a
movie.
fun rewatch, guys. Get back into it.
Halle Berry. She was going to be
Oh my
my
God.
crush of the week, but I ran out of time.
Halle Berry, I forgot she was in it.
Yeah.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Mm-hmm.
My God, what an all-star cast.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
So what are you telling them to take a hike?
You.
Okay, I'll pack my bag. Thank you guys so much for watching.
No,
Camp Counselors.
It's something silly, but something that you did this week. Then it wasn't your fault. I'm just.
No, it sounds like it's my fault. So why don't we just... Good thing we have hot water because I'm going to have to shower after being dragged through the mud.
You're gonna have to, just this is the show, and that's what you signed up for.
This is it.
You signed.
I'm not
You signed a
complaining.
contract with Podcast One to do this for 2 more years.
I
So lock
literally
in
did.
to the abuse.
Okay.
When Jonathan gets the good gossip viewing seat, but can't keep up with the restaurant drama. This has happened so many times, campers. We have to go into a restaurant and I have to sit in a position where I'm looking at what looks like the most popular area of the room in order to keep up with the storytelling. Because when Jonathan gets sat in a good outwardly facing seat and things are happening, he cannot keep up with it. And then I'm like, wait, why are they yelling over there? And he's like, oh, I didn't see. I'm like, how'd you not see? I can hear it. I'm not even looking. And a lot of you are gonna be like, well, why aren't you guys talking? No, all we do all day long is talk to each other.
It's true.
We never run out of things to talk about. But
Somehow.
it's nice when someone else is yelling in a restaurant and we can talk about that for a minute. So this all happened while we were eating moldy corn smut. And the table behind us was they're like rip roaring. They were like having some sort of spicy conversation. Jonathan was 6 feet away and he could not identify what was happening. And I just don't think it's fair for him to get those seats if he can't use the gifts in front of him to make our dinner better.
Period.
What do you have to say for yourself?
First off, if I am doing that, and this has happened before, I'm
It has.
listening to somebody else's conversation, you get irked that I'm not paying attention to you.
I get irked if you're not going to report back and make it a part of our conversation.
Not to make it weird, but the one girl who was sitting there clocked you and was like, kept looking over at us. So I'm not going to literally stare back while this is happening.
You need to, because that's the least you can do. Is help our dinner.
Well, there's no defense. There's no defending it. It's your take a hike and you have that.
Our drama-seeking campers understand. It's sometimes some of the best people watching is out at a restaurant.
I'm going to be honest. It was somebody who came in from the kitchen and I think he just told them that they were out of something.
Well, and see, why couldn't you have told me that at the table? Because the entire night I'm over here wondering what's going on behind me.
They were giggling.
I'm sick. So there's a couple tips for people who are looking for drama at a restaurant among a sea of hungry diners.
Also, when Zach, let me just say this. When you are snooping, when you're eavesdropping, it is beyond.
Don't. No, end it.
I start
End it.
to realize, like, I start to pick up on the other people picking up on the fact that you're staring. Like, sometimes you'll forget you don't even have sunglasses on. And you're like, your mouth is slightly open. You're mouthing their words.
You do that so much. Stop.
I do that sometimes, and I'll admit to
You're
it. Can you do the
a sicko.
same?
You're a sicko for that.
All right. So continue. What are your tips?
Number one, you're looking for a stink face. Someone who just looks pissed. That's a good way to start. Be like, hey, what's going on at that table? Number two, you're looking for really off-putting body language. Maybe hands in the face, arms crossed. Another telltale sign that they're pissed. Number three, who is clearly who in the room's having a passionate conversation? And that doesn't mean yelling, right? It means they're locked in with some sort of intensity.
That's the word of the day, locked in.
Well, I'm locked in right now on this podcast.
Okay.
Number four, the food has arrived and no one's eating.
That is drama, mama.
Either the drama is between them or something they're talking about, but you don't go to a restaurant and not eat, right? So they're not eating. Something is happening that you need to pay attention to. And you laugh and you joke and you smirk and you throw mud in my face. But thank God I was paying attention 2 years ago at Valentine's Day at that restaurant. You're over there having an allergic reaction, and I'm over here fighting for my life, trying to hear the other table, fighting between the two of them. And it's one of our favorite memories.
I'm literally having an allergic reaction and a panic attack.
Why are you having a panic attack?
It was so crowded, and I took too much Adderall, and I ate yellowfish, yellowtail.
It's yellowtail.
I ate something I was allergic to, and I start breaking out in physical hives on my face. But yeah, the table next to us was arguing. They were two boyfriends, and one of them had sent around the other guy's nudes to his workplace.
And thank God I was listening, because that was one of the best stories I ever heard in a restaurant fight.
And thank God the person next to me had an EpiPen. My throat was closing up.
You didn't need that. Tell them that didn't happen.
I won't.
The thing is, he'll lie to you guys. He'll lie to you on the mic. He'll lie to you to the camera. He's a liar.
A thief and a crook.
Okay, so which is worse? You getting the better seat at the restaurant and not doing your job? Or
autoplay. I'm going to say autoplay, period.
I'll say autoplay because we watch TV nonstop and we don't always go out to eat. Sometimes we DoorDash.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Camper Crush of the Week. My crush of the week right now is you guys for listening to this bullshit. We've just been like yapping and fighting and being creepy all episode.
Yeah, I think we're just coming down from the gas leak, and also
I'm having fun. You're not having fun?
No, I'm having fun.
Okay.
We just had like a crazy chaotic day. We've been on the mics for quite some time.
I mean, hot on the mic, hot on your laps, hot in your ears, hot breath. That's us. That would be a good podcast name.
Hot breath.
We'll workshop it. This is the part of the show where we share what we're loving, what we're crushing on, who we're snogging, who gets the stamp of approval here from us, you, and our lovely crew behind the cameras. Oh, it's just us today. Never mind. Jonathan, who is your crush of the week?
I'm crushing on breeze blocks.
You really are. You love a breeze block.
I love a breeze block.
too.
I'll always point one out, and I don't know what it is. I have a weird hyperfixation. I just like to see them in the wild. For those who don't know what they are, once you see it, you'll know. They're like the cement bricks that have holes in them, essentially. They're usually like geometrically shaped. Think 1950s, 1960s, very Palm Springs is what comes to my mind. It's like pastel colors.
See, to me, I'm thinking much more island. I'm thinking like Caribbean. I'm thinking Barbados.
Okay, interesting. I'm thinking very 1950s, like Palm Springs, like hot.
Well, either way,
area.
it's a hot climate.
Yeah. Okay. So I did a little research.
Let's hear it.
So they embody mid-century modern architecture. Casey Musgrave's first album, Same Trailer, Different Park. She's sitting on breeze blocks. Can you believe it?
You believe it because that's all you ever talk about. You talk about, guys, he talks about breeze blocks. We can't drive down a road without being like, breeze block. Breeze blocks.
Sometimes you point them out to me. I don't know. It's fun. I like to see them.
No, it
in
is
the
fun.
wild.
It's cute. It's fun. I'm being silly.
Initially, they were created practically for air circulation while letting sun in areas where air conditioning was not available or far too expensive to actually cool down the area. Like in the 1950s, 1960s, it allowed homeowners to maintain privacy without sacrificing aesthetic value. And it did mention in this article that I read, which I should have wrote down the name of, Palm Springs. It did. It died down for a little bit, but millennials are loving the look. Hi, it's me. And they're coming back with a sense of nostalgia and sustainability.
Oh, and it's kind of kitschy.
In conclusion, as architectural trends continue to evolve, breeze blocks remain a versatile and beloved feature, a testament to the idea that good design is timeless. Obviously, I cut a lot of the boring shit out because I'm going to be honest, it was very fucking boring. But if I see a breeze block, I'm pointing to it and I'm going to shout. It's almost like padiddle when you're driving in a car.
Yeah,
or wait, what do you guys call it when it's one headlight? Punch buggy?
I called it padiddle.
I called it padiddle, and then you like... you punch the person. Or am I getting that mixed up with punch?
No,
the
you would
game?
take an article of clothing off.
Okay. Never heard that one. That's weird.
Oh, really? I swear to God, that's what we used to do in high school.
When you see a car driving without a headlight on, you say, take
But
your clothes off.
You hit potato, ever touches the roof, whoever doesn't touch it in time.
Oh, that's what it is. You touch the roof.
And whoever
and then
doesn't touch it, take an article of clothing off. You don't have to go straight for your bra. Like,
Okay,
take the
but
sock off.
do you want the person in the back seat to go for their shoes first, and then the whole car smells like Skyline chili that's been sitting out for 3 days?
It was a different time, and I played, and I don't regret it.
All right. Well, that's my what is this? Camper crush. That's my camper crush, and I'm crushing on it. And I wish I had a breeze block right now.
Would you chew on it?
No, I just like sit on it. I don't
My
know.
little Jackie-O.
Ew. My God, may she rest in peace.
I know, I'm being silly.
It's okay. Do you have a camp crush?
Yes, I have a camp crush. Did anyone see Emma Roberts on AD? I haven't sat down and watched AD this year, but I was
Architectural Digest.
Yeah, so Architectural Digest does this like YouTube interview where they have people come into their house. Wait, was it AD? Now that I'm thinking, it was AD.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm confusing it with 73 Questions with Vogue, but AD really focuses on people's like interior designs. And I will tell you what I've really noticed about all these incredible celebrity homes is that it's not really them, it's the incredible interior designers that they're working with.
Yeah.
Because it's like these people don't have time or the even eye to do that. Like interior design is such an art form, right? It really is. Like if you have that skill, congrats. Because I think I have an eye. I don't think I have that eye. Like that's truly like incredible. So Emma Roberts just did hers. Her house is really cool. It's really homey. It's fun. It is kind of kitschy. She might even have a breeze block somewhere. I don't think she'd be opposed to it. But there's one point in the interview that really tickled my tits that I want to talk about. Her doll collection.
Her doll collection.
It is so funny to hear her talk about this. And I knew she was a fan of dolls because when she was dating Evan Peters, he bought her one of these dolls, and that girl who makes the dolls made a TikTok video about having like Evan Peters DM her on like Etsy being like, hi, this is for like Emma. And he's like, okay, she's like, I'm like a celebrity client. He's like, so Emma Roberts is like a really big fan of all kinds of dolls, classic dolls, creepy dolls, spooky dolls, weird discontinued dolls. It's like her thing. But what I was really loved about this like small point in the interview that we'll put on the Instagram and the YouTube or whatever, she's like, doesn't keep them in the box, which I love a collector that like lets it breathe.
Yeah.
It's a breeze block almost.
It's a breathe block.
Like just take it out of the box. You know what I mean? Like, well, then it loses its value. Well, then it loses its charm in the box. I can't even play with it.
Yeah, and if you're honestly truly collecting it for life, who cares about the value when you're dead?
Exactly.
Can't take it with you.
And you can tell by the way that she talks about these dolls that she truly loves them. And she kind of has this like notoriety of being kind of like cold or standoffish. But there's something about this like light that lights up behind her eyes when she's talking about these goddamn dolls. And my favorite part of the whole thing is when she said, when I was younger, kids would always ask me, aren't you scared that they're going to come alive in the middle of the night? And then she replied in the interview, she says on camera, she's like, no, I'd love that. That'd be like a dream come true. Like,
I wish that every day.
I wish that every day that would happen. Something like that. And I think it's so funny. I'm like, no, this bitch is really a fan of her dolls.
That is like a fun little quirk.
It's such a quirk. And like they have their own entire dedicated bookshelf in this stunning home.
She moves the table. She's like, I gotta move the table out of the way so you can get the full scope.
She's like, yeah, this kitchen's great. Anyways, can I show you my doll collection? Like it was like
She was excited.
It was her dream. And I think it's fun when celebrities like that show a little bit of like
something
personality.
Yeah, something.
Work. Because it's like that's not like her trying to be like fun and like fitting in. Like that's something truly
like I've had this since I was a child, since
Yeah.
before Unfabulous.
I know. How'd that song go?
Unfabulous. Oh wait.
This is my simple request. Oh
No,
that's
High School Musical.
Oh, not you.
Different
getting
network.
Pissed at me for
No,
doing
it was I'm gonna be the one, unforgettable, better, unfabulous.
Wow.
Such a good show.
Let's just go right into camper song.
Her older brother was so cute
Who?
in that show.
Oh,
When I was younger, I was like, now that's a man.
wow.
Addie Singer. You know Addie Singer.
I don't think I do.
Did you not watch the show?
This is the thing with me and Jonathan. Like
The age gap. Yeah,
No, it's not.
It was ancient. No, it's fine. My pussy has gray hair on it.
Whoa. That's not what I was going to say. And that's the thing is you're jumping to conclusions. It's the fact that your memory is so once again, locked in to that time frame. You remember every detail of every kid show ever, and I can't even remember the concept of that show.
I think it was because of the trauma that was happening when I would leave the house. Anytime I was like listening to music or watching a show, it just really absorbed and took up a lot of the space.
I think I did so many drugs in my early 20s that I lost so much. It's like half of my brain is one gray matter. Of just like
floating around.
I don't
like,
remember
I don't know what I'm
any
doing
of it. I just don't.
Maybe we can do a rewatch. Who
The
knows?
thing is, I don't want to do that either.
They don't hold up.
It doesn't hold up.
Wait, we never talked about the fact that you watched Degrassi with me. Did we talk about that?
No, we didn't. And I did watch a couple episodes, and I never was opposed to Degrassi, but like what I saw was great. It was great.
You watched the very first episode you watched was arguably one of the biggest and most memorable, which was the one where Ryan Cooley, what was his character's name? Not me remembering the actor's name and not him. JT. When JT he exited the show. That's all I'll say.
I'll say it. The show's been out for a decade. He got stabbed by some scary guys at the car, and that other girl who was really crushing on him comes out, and she lets out a blood-curdling scream. Something about Liberty, though. I like wanted to like her for those 2 episodes, but I just couldn't get behind her. But there was a lot going on.
Saw her. You were introduced to Liberty at her worst, at her vulnerable, of course she was moody. But had you watched the first 4 seasons? Oh my God, Cassie Steele. Such a great show. Anyway.
What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
Welcome back to Camp Songs. What songs have been stuck in our head all week?
I've been thinking about getting a recorder.
You have been. You told me that last night in bed.
Because somebody was playing so incredibly, like, I don't know. I feel like music is just something that's missing. And besides volleyball, which I didn't tell you, they did reschedule the games, and now I have like 3 games a day. I'm not kidding.
I saw that they're doing back to back to make up for another rain day.
It rained again, guys.
Every Thursday it rains in the city.
Every Thursday, I can't believe it. But you know what? I'm gonna do what I have to do for my team. But then we're gone. We're literally like, I'm not gonna be able to make half of the season.
You need a deposit back.
I'm literally not going to make it to like most of the. Okay, we'll talk about it later because I just can't do that right now. We're talking about songs and singing and the recorder. I don't know. I think I can do more than hot cross buns.
Yeah, because you saw a guy on TikTok do, what song was he playing on his recorder? It was impressive, and
sounded like,
you were obsessed.
What was that? What's that? Bonanza by Akon. Dun, 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 dun. Your sister would know if I did. That's Bonanza. Don't be shy, girl. Go. Shake your body like a belly dancer. Yeah, Bonanza. That should be my cam song, but it is not. I don't know how we got there, but
you got there.
Here we are.
Matters.
My song is "Can't Fight the Moonlight" by LeAnn Rimes. Did you ever see Coyote Ugly?
Yes.
So it was the theme song of that.
You know that Piper Perabo was one of my first crushes of the week ever on this show.
Oh my God, wait, why am I not putting 2 and 2 together?
Covert Affairs was a show I grew up on USA Today, or just USA. I love Piper Perabo.
Okay, well,
and Tyra Banks.
This will be interesting for you, okay?
I'm here.
So, y'all, does anybody remember Coyote Ugly? I don't know how LeAnn Rimes got involved in this project, but she was the one who was like pushing her way into it. I think she either got the script or she got to see a final cut.
She's like, put me in this damn movie with this coyote now on. I want to get in the bar. Did she dance in the bar?
Yeah.
Of course.
She's in the last scene. So she was already like she was famous.
Yeah,
she was famous at the time, but she was like in the countryside of things. And her personal fear was that she was pigeonholed, and she pigeonholed herself. And this movie she became obsessed with, and she's like, these girls are my age. They're like hot, they're sexy. They're kind of like this character that Piper Perabo was playing, like I relate to, because she is like from out of town and she's like in this sexy scene and she's just trying to make it in the music industry. So she's like, if I can just somehow get into this movie, Coyote Ugly, and just like shake my yabos or do something, people will see me as more than an innocent girl who's been in the country scene since I was 14.
I don't think it worked. I only see her in that light. I'm not being fresh.
No, that's fine. But at the time, this is what she was trying to do.
So was LeAnn trying to be a pop star too?
No, she just wanted to like change her image somehow.
So was she hot in it? That sounded crazy. I don't want to say
that.
Yeah. Was she like looking at hella sexy in it?
Yeah.
See, like
sure. I like
no
LeAnn
type.
Rimes, but I don't know. I think ever since watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it kind of like
why?
Kelsey Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, because Kelsey Grammer left. You know what's funny? I used to work with a woman at Olive Garden who that was like her celebrity obsession.
Leanne Rimes?
No, it's so crazy and like obsessed. And she tried out for The Voice and sang Leanne Rimes. Did not make it, but she was a good singer. Also, she like religiously every time she is on tour, she'll go and get backstage passes and get like the meet and greet. And I'm always like, oh, there's the updated Leanne Rimes picture. Like it's her obsession.
That's fun though. Like a small celebrity obsession is fun. At the beginning of COVID, when we were quarantined, Mark had like a weird like obsession with her for a couple months. So she originally auditioned for the film to sing "Can't Fight the Moonlight" at the end with Piper Parabo.
It's Parabo.
Oh, I'm sorry, Parabobly, because I can't speak today. They were like, yeah, you can do that. And in exchange, she re-recorded all of Piper's songs. So anytime you see Piper singing in the movie, it's Leanne Rimes' voice. Wait, listen to this. I'm not even kidding because I never knew this.
Really?
Every time you hear Piper Parabo's character singing in the movie, it's actually Leanne Rimes' voice. The vocals rhymes, oh my God, hello? The vocals rhymes provided are altered in their pitch and vocal range in comparison to her natural vocal range. In the closing scene, where Parabo's character sings alongside Leanne Rimes, it's effectively her duetting with herself.
Wait, it's probably like almost like what's it called? Harmonizing with herself.
Yeah, but it doesn't really sound like her. And I guess I'll have to rewatch it now that I know that fun fact.
Leanne Rimes is a looker.
She is, but
she is really pretty.
What is the what's
the
another
big song? You're not gonna believe it.
How do I live
without you?
Is that country?
I want to know. That's like early aughts, late 90s country. How do I ever?
She is a hot ticket. I think I can tell that that's a girl who's like just a girl's girl. Like she's good people. I don't think she's like mean. I would be scared if there was a blind item that she was mean.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know about.
Me.
Don't ask.
Well,
Kelsey Grammer.
She had that bad blind item.
Oh
my God, that was on Patreon.
You have to bleep that. We have to bleep that. We have to bleep that. We talked about that on Patreon, but we really can't. Stop. There was a camper. Okay, wait, really
no,
quick.
We're not talking about it.
No, a camper wrote in about a celebrity that they had worked with closely, and we couldn't read it on a Monday show, so we had to. Anyway, that's on patreon.com. Okay, wait. On Wikipedia, critical response for the song. I thought this was funny. Sorry, critical reception. Wendy Mitchell of BarnesandNoble.com praised the song, calling it ultra catchy. And that's it. That was the critical
so much,
reception. And I also wrote, the last scene is so iconic. Leanne Rimes, Piper Parabo, Tyra Banks, John Goodman, Michael Bay making a cameo as a photographer, all in one small bar area. And Maria Bello, who you may not know, but she was the bar manager. She's from Norristown, PA, which was my old stomping grounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Across from my the UCB theater on 14th Street is the Coyote Ugly Saloon.
Is it?
Why are you saying it like that?
I don't know. We should go. Can we go?
Where is it based out of in the movie? Chicago?
No.
LA?
She's coming from New Jersey. They call her New Jersey. Where is it? Oh, no, it's New York. Oh, my God. Is it the? I'm looking this up.
Is it the one on 14th Street? Because it's Coyote Ugly Saloon.
Wait.
I just thought that was in LA.
Coyote? No, because they... Coyote Ugly Saloon? No, because they have that whole scene where they're on the roof together and you can see their breath. Coyote Ugly. East 14th Street.
Yep, that's exactly.
New York.
It's across the street from the UCB, the new UCB theater.
Oh my God, I'm gonna freak out.
I wave it at every Tuesday.
I feel as though they probably. Why have we not gone? Wait, I'm freaking out.
You take the C to the 4-5.
Oh my God. Also, that movie is so crazy and chaotic. They're like, you want water and then they spray them. It's like not a good place for anybody like struggling with sobriety. My God. TripAdvisor says it's a great stop.
Well, it's iconic.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll have to make it a go.
Hold up.
So what's your camp song?
Well, Taylor Swift released her album today, but I didn't get a chance to listen to 2 hours of it. So I'm going to maybe revisit that this weekend and put that next week because I am curious.
I stayed up till midnight and I fell asleep during the second song. Not because it was boring or snoozy, but because I just was exhausted.
I know. I was sleeping.
Yeah, you were out. So I was playing it at a low decibel.
So my song this week is Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh.
I know. So it's off their 1987 album, Tango in the Night, which I think I enjoy. Hot take here. I think I enjoy Tango in the Night more than Rumors. And Rumors is like the big album that everyone's always referencing. But there's just something that's so dreamy and like, I don't know, it's like dreamy tech rock about this 1987 album. It's weird. It's like
is that the Wikipedia?
No, it's me.
Critical reception.
It's like very 80s. The
Yeah,
sound of
it
it
is.
compared to the 1977 sound of like Gold Dust Woman.
Is that the one that has the Seven Wonders? Because that's my favorite song.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that is
this album.
my favorite
So
song.
thank you. Don't you see how like that has a very specific sound that's very different than like the OG?
Yeah, well, that's because of the time too. Think about it. All this new technology was coming out.
No, and it's so I love Seven Wonders. I love Little Lies. Big Love is personally my favorite Fleetwood Mac song of all time. I'm not talking
Oh yeah,
about this week.
that's like your
been a
stripper
while.
song.
Don't tell them my secret.
Sorry.
Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac is a song. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna sing a little bit for you. Can you hear me calling out your name? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. I speak a little louder. I even shout. You know that I'm proud and I can't get the words out. And say, oh, I want to be with you everywhere. It's like such a cute like song. I don't know. The way that it starts off with those chimes of 80s synth, it does feel like pixie dust.
It feels like
fairy
a
dust.
ballerina. It feels like, what was that doll that you would like pull the cord and it would spin up in the air? Sky Dancers. It's giving Sky Dancer.
Dancer.
I saw Paramore and she covered that song. It was incredible.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
So the girl who's like the woman who's the main singer on this track is Christine McVie, who was like a part of Fleetwood Mac, obviously. I think a lot of people go to like Lindsey Buckingham.
Lindsey Buckingham's a man.
Yeah, and Stevie
Nicks.
I think
Yeah.
those are like the two that people mostly know.
Wait, not them having like gender swapped names.
Is it Buckingham? Did I make that up?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like those two are the ones who get like mostly, in my opinion, credited for most of Fleetwood Mac. But Christine McVie was a huge part of Fleetwood Mac, and she did all of the vocals on this song for the most part. Like that's her voice the entire time. God rest her soul. She did pass away in November of 2022.
Oh.
Yeah, that was really sad for the community. But so it's really interesting though. Rolling Stone ranked this song as 27 out of like all like their top songs for Fleetwood Mac, and they said
For Fleetwood Mac or just overall?
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh.
I know, but
Actually,
that's how big their albums are. Like
Okay.
their like
Their discography.
Yeah, discography. Releases the fourth single from Tango. The airy Christine McVie tune "Everywhere" was Fleetwood Mac's final single to break the American top 20. The song's recording was fraught with tension thanks to an argument that took place after Nix heard an earlier version without her harmonies. She had largely been absent from the Tango sessions due to her touring schedule and stint in the Betty Ford Clinic. Her vocals were eventually added, and she since warmed to the tune. It just shows you that Christine is the hit songwriter in Fleetwood Mac, she said, of everywhere. So, yeah. So she was kind of doing her own solo thing. And then add her and she heard it and she was like, absolutely fucking not. Put me on the harmonies now. So you can hear like that's probably Stevie.
Pissed.
I know, but they're good friends, obviously, till the bitter end. And Christine was a talent. And this really shows her. And I just like, looking back at their discography, so much more than Landslide. You know?
So much more than Landslide. It's lengthy.
Yeah,
It's girthy.
I think it's a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
so
I love
much.
it. Well, that's all we got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. We would greatly appreciate it if you gave us a rating and review. And if you want to write us in and you want us to read something on Monday's episodes, you can go to campcounselorspodcast.com or campcounselorspod@gmail.com. Send us an email. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
With that being said,
Lights out, campers.